Good evening, everyone. Jose J with Mobile Home Partners here, bringing you an interview. Special guest and mentor, my mentor, Trevor Evans. Trevor, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good. A little late interview. Thank you for joining me.
No problem, man. Anything for you.
So, Trevor, I met you about 4.5 years ago. I mean, it seems like yesterday, but it's been almost 5 years when we
Wow, it does
started.
seem like it's been yesterday. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. 4 years? You sure?
you were here in Atlanta. You came and you brought it, and I knew that's the guy. I knew. I knew we connect again. So we had a gap in between. I think about 2 years before I reached back out to you,
Yeah.
and that's when we started talking again. And then you became my mentor. But so this was Elite Legacy, which Rich Dad Poor Dad, I guess the newer
hmm
of when it became Elite Legacy. But you were part of that team. So tell us about that. And you.
Well, I became a part of them. It was like 12 years ago. I came in. Just it's a weird way I came in. My wife actually had me go to the company and apply. And it was just a whole funny, weird way how they did everything. I didn't even know what I was doing when I went there because at the time I was a mortgage broker and I wanted to speak, but I didn't know about what. And she goes, "Hey, there's this company hiring for speakers. You should go down there." And I went down there on my lunch break, and before I knew it, I got hired. And then after that, I had to buy these classes for real estate and pay these courses and all that. And then I'm like, wow, this stuff is pretty darn good because I didn't know anything about real estate and money outside of being a mortgage broker. And then what I learned from Legacy, I implemented it and became what I was doing. And so I said, you know what, I can actually sell this or teach this, and turned out I could do that too. And um, began investing. Just started my first investments were it was wholesale with my first class, then it was lease options, and then foreclosures. Those were my first three classes. And so lease options is what got me on the map as far as success goes. And then when I was with, and then as I was maintaining myself with Legacy, I learned that understanding money and how it works was pretty easy for me. And so I tried things by trial and error, use my own credit cards, maxing them out just to see what would happen, ask things that I didn't know I could get, and then got them and, just tried so many things with credit cards because I heard so much about this debt thing and how it works. And so I just say, let me try this and try that. And then that's how I learned a lot of my knowledge about credit card and money and debt was just by trying it. So I owe a lot of my success to Legacy.
And that's actually something big you teach on is credit cards. You taught me quite a bit. I got over 15 credit cards now, so that was
Yeah,
all came from.
that's good.
So it's
That's
definitely
good.
huge leverage. I learned with it. So
Yeah, I tell people all the time, credit card money is the cheapest money that you'll ever use. And if you know what you're doing with credit cards, everything that you buy can be free. So if you want to learn that, come holler at me because it's very, very simple.
now, right now, of course, with COVID, that kind of has shut down Legacy,
hmm
Elite Legacy. And I mean, same with you there. If it wouldn't have been for Elite Legacy, I would still probably be 9 to 5 still, which I just left not long ago. But it took that first step to get in there, get started, and leap of faith, yes. But post COVID, if ever, or do you see Elite Legacy starting back up the symposiums? Those I love, the weekend symposium.
That's a good question. It depends on, I personally think so because our model was so unique because people don't understand that Elite Legacy, even though it went through a number of different names, as in its longevity, Elite Legacy actually started the whole free preview, the 3 day,
Hmm.
and the classes format, and every other company followed Elite after that. So I do think that we will see these seminars back up again. I don't think it'll be maybe for another 3 years probably, because there's too much fear of this COVID thing,
Yeah.
you know, for it to be profitable for someone to put a lot of money into that. So there'll be, I think it may be more like for 5 years at least before we see people on a large scale coming together again, you know, in a ballroom and all that, you know. So because even though this interaction is fine, you know, Zoom is the thing now. Okay, I personally enjoyed the interaction and personal interaction with the students when I spoke, and I'm sure there are people that are or in the audience that also appreciate that. So I don't think that this COVID will destroy that type of learning. It may put it on the burner for a while, but I think we're back.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah, I was actually talking to another investor, and a comment was made. I don't think we'll ever go back to normal. I think it'll take a while, but I mean, this not COVID. Yes. So until then, though, I mean, Zoom works. I like it. It's definitely made me use my computer skills a little bit more, and some that I've had to learn. But I mean, you can learn just as good on here. It's all
Yeah,
about taking
yeah.
that step. So
COVID
getting
has COVID has caused people to either focus, refocus, or reinvent.
mhm.
So it's and you had to have known that when it came out, because once we saw that it's going to be an impactful event, I knew for a fact that okay, this is going to be a focus, refocus, reinvent scenario for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, we look forward to that. Definitely, I know I am. Back in these symposiums, be able to group with that culture, that
yeah.
same mentality. That's what I
I
like about it.
I miss speaking. I miss traveling. I mean, I haven't spent this much time at home in a long time, so I miss it. I mean, I had to make up reasons to leave the house now because I miss it so much. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and due to Elite Legacy and mentoring and all above, mobile homes, where I invest, is growing a lot. So, let's talk about mobile homes. What are your thoughts on mobile homes?
Mobile homes is the secret of investing, because there's no ROI in real estate that's higher than mobile homes. Matter of fact, the only vehicle that even rivals it is storage units, and that's because not only can you go horizontal, but you can go vertical with those. So when it comes to ROI, you will not get any other ROI higher than in mobile homes.
So, storage units, I've looked into those. Nobody's selling them for some reason. I can't imagine why. You have one, you keep it forever. It's the maintenance, the management of it. They're very little.
Very little. I
And
mean,
again,
like
like you,
a bunch of rooms with locks on them, you know?
yeah, and like you said, you can go upwards with them. I guess you can't really build a 4-story mobile home. I don't know how that would work
Right?
out. So
Yeah,
I don't
yeah,
want to be in
yeah,
it.
yeah. That's the thing. Yes,
Okay. Do you see the need of affordable housing, affordable mobile homes, not just mobile homes, but
always,
just the affordable need of growing?
always, 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 always. Because yeah, always. Because we live in a society where you know there are those that have and those that don't have, and those that need affordable housing. So it'll always be around. I don't believe it's going anywhere. You know, even they, they tried to introduce this tiny home wave. You know,
Mm,
that didn't work. You know, not saying that it's not a cool idea, and not saying that people that have them are not loving them, but you know, there's a reason why mobile homes are mobile homes, because of how they began. Anyway, and it's funny, mobile homes, you know, used to be a wealthy person's leisure, because only people that were wealthy would have these mobile homes. And what people would do is they would they would travel, just like back in the 1920s, and they would travel with their entire household, and I mean their maids and their butlers and whatnot, and they'd stop along the way when they traveled, and they live out of this mobile home. So mobile home traveling used to be a luxurious type uh, outing for rich folks. Yeah.
It was, I think back then it was also a lot more of the actual mobile though, not so stationary like now. Mobile homes
Correct.
are been there 20, 30 years kind of thing.
Yeah.
So back then I think it was more like what a camper is today.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
okay. No, that's good. It's mobile homes. I was doing some research and it's funny how long they've been around. A lot of people
A
don't
long,
realize that they've been around a long
a
time.
long
So,
time.
um, do you consider a mobile home a good investment? You mentioned some of this earlier.
I
People
think it's
should
a
be
great
investing.
investment. It's a great investment if you understand it and if you know what to look for,
Mm,
and understand that when it comes to mobile homes, um, it by itself is unique, and its clientele is also unique. So you'll always have a market for it because there are only some people that will occupy a mobile home, and those people they have their own way of thinking, and they're not going anywhere. So neither is the vehicle, neither is the strategy.
mm.
So he'll be here for a while.
I tell people that my students is learn your markets. That people try to tell me what a good deal is and what they don't even know the markets. How do you know that's a good deal? JT Fox, another one of my mentors, he mentioned that in Malibu, California, you have mobile homes that go for over $2 million.
Mhm.
So, but unless you know your markets, what may seem like a great deal or not a good deal, you will know otherwise. You have to know your
Yeah.
market. You have to know your numbers, and
Mhm.
then you can decipher. What do you think is the biggest difference between real estate, stick built, and mobile homes?
um, Difference between real estate and mobile homes. There's a big difference. One of them is attached to the dirt, right? And the other one just sits on it. You pay rent for the dirt.
Yeah, yeah, but in the sense of numbers, ROIs, like you were saying earlier, I mean, there's no comparison.
There is no comparison because the cost of mobile home itself is so minimal, and the repairs are not even that expensive as well. You know, and again, how it's managed as far as how you rent them out also makes them affordable because in some states, in some areas, depending on the number of mobile home parks, you have to rent out a mobile home for the same cost of a apartment building with the same rooms with less square feet. So when someone says, "Well, why should I pay $800 for a one bedroom, 800 square feet, apartment when I could pay $800 for a 3,000 square feet, mobile home double wide or single wide, right? So that's the cost basis there that makes them attractive and attracts a certain type of people because that's their thinking. It gives people their own space. It gives people their own piece of the pie, I guess.
Mm. Well, a student of mine that I just coached on one of my shadowing coachings, he mentioned he bought a property, a stick built, and he turned it into a rental. And I think he got a good deal in the sense of real estate, but we mobile home investors know better in the sense of numbers. So he said, I think he was all in at 50,000 and renting this home for 700 a month. I
Mhm.
said, well, my deals are 5,000 all in one mobile home. And let's just say we rent it for 6,000. What if I would have took your 50,000? I could have bought 10 of my
Yeah.
mobile homes, each bringing 600. Add that up. I mean, is what it is.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the mistake. That's the mistake people make when they invest in homes too. Is they try to go for the pretty ones.
Yeah, yeah. Then there's that. So again, know your market, know your numbers, and know what a
Yeah,
good deal is. So
yeah.
absolutely. Mobile homes, mobile home parks continue to have that stigma. Ew, mobile homes. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, it's that same stigma that keeps it going because the mobile home itself has a stigma, and the person that wants to occupy that mobile home has their own stigma, and they attract each other. right? Because again, there are people that will not, you know, that will not live in an apartment building.
Mm.
They got to live in a house, okay? And there are people that will not live in a house because of all the grass and all the room. They're used to the concrete jungle. They're used to a neighbor upstairs, beside them, downstairs, right? So every a single home owner is a stigma.
Okay.
Okay, so every investment vehicle has a stigma, and that stigma is spread. You know, so just because you wouldn't live in an apartment building doesn't mean that those people won't, and just because you wouldn't live in a mobile home doesn't mean that they won't. You know, and don't care how pretty it looks, it's a mobile home. You know,
At the end of the day,
yeah.
got it. Um, I agree on you. You made a comment earlier about mobile homes going nowhere. So, and that was one of my questions. Do you see mobile homes and mobile home parks growing, becoming more of, or diminishing?
You know, I see the parks that are nicely laid out. I see them becoming nicer because, you know, with this post-COVID thing, people this past quarantine, people got in touch with themselves, you know, and they appreciated the fact that I can go out to nature or by a lake, or you know, a nice park or something, and they appreciated the, you know, because now you got a mask on your face, so breathing fresh air is like a thing now, you know. So you're gonna see mobile homes, the parks really dress that up and really take advantage of our newfound appreciation for the outdoors, and you know, cornholing, you know, and horseshoes, right? So I see the parks that are established now, those AV parks, getting a little bit more occupied because they're going to add more things that would make you appreciate the outdoors of the park. And then I still, and those, the ones that people wouldn't buy, the ones for $2,000-3,000, those will always be that.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think a change in mobile homes will be more in the upper echelon areas. Okay, more so than the more affordable, you know, $2,000 mobile homes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One plus about wearing a face mask, when you go in some of these smelly mobile homes and you already have a face mask, it kind of helps out. Besides that,
That could
I'll
be a
leave that
plus.
one
Yeah, that
alone.
could be a plus. That could be a plus. Yeah.
Big question. Why do you think so many people struggle to get started trying to be successful?
I think it's you hear it all the time, but it's got to be true. Confidence, you know, because a person's success in their business will show. And one thing your business is, and I know it may sound weird, but your business is stupid. Okay, your business. If you tell your business that it ain't gonna work, it won't work. Okay, your business will believe everything you tell it, right? And if you believe that you can't run your business effectively, it will show you that. Okay, because one thing your business will show you is how confident you are in running it.
Your belief is your reality.
Yes, yes. If you aren't confident in yourself, it will show up in your business. So confidence in yourself, I think is key, because you can tell someone that is, I I tell you this, when you see someone that is successful, that's doing amazing things in a vehicle that you're doing, and this is the mistake people make. They see you, Jose, having success in mobile homes, okay? And they say, you know what? Hell, if he can do that, I can do it, right? So what they see is the vehicle, right? What they don't see is your confidence in that vehicle, okay? Because your success And whatever you do, it's not the vehicle, it's you. Like I have a Mac right now, okay?
Mhm.
A $4,000 MacBook. I haven't done anything past Zoom, Notes, whatever those things are, Keynote, right? Email, okay, and online. There are things that this thing will do that I may never find out. Why? I'm not confident in this thing, right? When I see someone that's really got this going on and that going on, and I'm like, my God, that thing is amazing. Well, guess what? You have the exact same thing. You just suck at it.
Yeah.
So confidence in yourself is key, because when you see someone's business rocking and rolling, do not get fooled by the business. It's that person's confidence in that business.
Confidence, taking that leap of faith, and definitely educating yourself to a certain extent.
Yes, learn the rules about what you're doing, because everything that you do has rules that won't change. And if you learn those rules, they'll create a paradigm that creates your behavior, that creates your results.
Trevor, we're trickling down on time, but I know after this, and I mentioned you to a few of my students, looking to be mentor. I say, hey, my mentors work for me. You're welcome to check them out. So now that I have you on here, finally, how can people find you? Well, are you available?
Yeah, always, always,
Oh,
always.
great.
You can
So
find me
how can
yeah,
anyone find you?
just send me an email, because I'm very, I don't want to say picky with who I mentor, but I'm not one of those glossy mentors that got a Facebook that look all nice and, all these testimonials about this. No. If you want success, you don't have to look like you're successful to be successful. So anybody who wants coaching from me, mentor from me, just email me at trevorevans@trevorevans.com. I'll send you a link to my calendar, and we'll have a conversation. And I can always show people, people I've worked with and what I've done. I don't need to have a nice glossy little thing to know what I can do. So yeah, send me an email and I'll respond to you. And just because you want to be coached don't mean I'm gonna coach you either.
Yeah. And again, if anybody didn't catch that email, reach out to me. I'll be
Yeah.
happy to send you over Trevor's information. And Trevor's work for me. So, a lot of my
Yeah,
success
and
comes from
just know
absolutely.
that I'm very direct, and I don't play games.
Yes. And that's what you need. I mean, sometimes you need that kick in the rear to get the
Yeah,
moving. So, I mean, okay. All right. Trevor, it's been a pleasure having you on here.
pleasure's all mine.
I'm going to stop the video and don't go nowhere. All right. Thank you for
All
watching.
right.